Moon milestones. About 4,200 years ago, or 4,200 years ago, people who lived in Mesopotamia recorded lunar eclipses. About 2,500 years ago, a Greek philosopher, Anaxagoras, believed that the moon's light came from the sun. About 2,200 years ago, a Greek astronomer, Astratus Astraarchus, figured a way to measure the distance from Earth to the moon. About 2,000 years ago, a Syrian philosopher, Poseidonus, explained the effect the moon had on tides. 1609, the Italian scientist Galileo used a telescope to study the moon. 1645, Hevelius, a Polish pioneer of moon mapping, charted more than 250 formations on the moon. 1850s, the first pictures of the moon were taken by William Bond and J. Whipple in the United States. 1920s, a French astronomer, Bernard Lyot, concluded that the moon's surface was made of dust. 1959, the Russian spacecraft Luna 2 was the first spacecraft to reach the moon. It crash landed. Luna 3 took pictures of the far side of the moon. 1966, Russia's Luna 9 was the first spacecraft to make a soft landing on the moon. 1968, the first man to orbit on the moon was made by Apollo 8. July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong, the first man to set foot on the moon, said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Moon legends and stories. Egyptians said the moon was the god Osiris, who died and came back to life each month. The ancient Chinese believed the goddess Chang'e lived forever on the moon. The Chinese eat mooncakes in her honor each year at the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival. The ancient Vikings believed the dark shapes on the moon were of a girl and boy who were kidnapped while getting a bucket of water. There are European legends that say the full moon can change people into werewolves. Some American Indians believe it was not good to go hunting if the points of the crescent moon were upward. Some people used to think the moon was made of cheese because of the shapes and shadows on the moon's surface. "Hey diddle diddle," the nursery rhyme, was a famous line. The cow jumped over the moon. Has a famous line. More moon facts. In Scotland, France, and England, ancient stone circles have been found that line the viewer up with the rising and setting positions of the moon. The temperature on the moon varies greatly. Scientists estimate that it may rise as high as 200 degrees Fahrenheit, about 100 degrees Celsius, and fall as low as negative 350 degrees Fahrenheit, about negative 160 degrees Celsius. Gravity on the moon's surface is about 1/6 of Earth's gravity. That means if you can leap 5 feet on Earth, you can leap 30 feet if you were on the moon. The largest crater on the moon is 183 miles, 295 kilometers across. It is named Bailey. 842 pounds of moon rocks were brought back by Apollo astronauts. The moon travels in its orbit at about 2,200 miles, 3,600 kilometers per hour. When there are two full moons within the same month, the second full moon is called a blue moon. This happens about every 2 to 2.5 years. The full moon closest to September 21st is called a harvest moon. On many clear days, we can see the moon in our daylight sky.